Hi everyone, so this is my review for, I can't really pronounce it, so I'm just gonna say oik. So the person knows who I'm talking about. So here, I'm gonna actually venture out and say that this is a blue eye. And the reason why I think it's a blue eye is that you can see, first of all, we can see right around the pupil, just like pretty much every eye I review, it's very much a dirty GI tract, very brown. So that brown means nothing. That's just stuff that's sitting on top. That I can guarantee you. Um, Now let's take a look at the middle of the eye. Do you see how obviously it has like a greenish yellowish kind of tint, and that alone tells you that if you see any green in your eye, that automatically 90% of the time means that your eye is truly blue. Okay, because green is just blue with a layer of yellow of lymph, which is yellow in color. It starts out as white and then it goes to yellow, and then it goes to like hazel, and then it goes to brown. That it's sitting on top of the blue and creating that shade, just like when you mix the two colors together on a palette. Same type of idea. And see, you guys can probably see what I can see, that around the middle part of the iris, like middle, I mean from, if you're looking from the pupil to the outside of the iris, midway through that, you can see that where the fibers are going, that the fibers are like a bluish color with a yellow sitting over top of it. In some areas, it's very, very clear, or like a greenish color. And as I said, there's no green, so it has to be blue. I'm not sure if they're like dark blue or light blue eyes, but I would say that they're definitely blue. It just looks like you have some lymph to move out. So as you do that, then you'll see that your eye color will start to change. Specifically, I would say focus on the GI around the pupil, because that's the most important part. That's the part that's the kind of dirtiest and also the most important, because that's where the nutrients gets absorbed. So you know how, not to be like graphic, but when person does colonics and all that stuff that comes out, well, if that stuff is covering your the walls of your colon, and say you're eating fruit or something that's beneficial to you, and it's covered in that mucousy stuff, you're absorbing that stuff again into your body. So you're absorbing toxicity as well as nutrients from the fruit. You don't need to be reabsorbing toxicity. It's very, very damaging. So that's the first thing I would work on, is the GI stuff. And there's a lot of like different like cleanses for GI tracts that you can do and all of this stuff. Basically, you can do like GI broom. There's a few GI cleanses, colon cleanses. You need to kind of move that old stuff out, because that stuff can sit there for years and years, so it becomes like people say, like I haven't experienced it personally, but people say that when that stuff comes out, it's like rubber, it's thick, and you can't even cut through it, so obviously your body can't absorb nutrients through it if you can't even cut it with scissors. That's how tough it is, that the stuff that comes out. So you got to move that out somehow. And then afterwards, everything else will fall into place, because your body will be getting more nutrients. It'll be able to absorb better. It's absorbing the nutrients from the fruits, it's going to be able to use those nutrients to detox. So all of this is kind of like a process that will help get the situation back under control. It's not so severe, because it could go even darker brown around the pupil. Really, if it was super severe, it would be double the brown that it is now, like double the shade. Yours is still kind of in the light brown category. So I don't want you to panic and think that this is like the worst thing ever. It's not. But it can get that way. If you keep eating the wrong foods, it could get that way. So it's good that you're catching it now. You're catching on to what's going on and all of this stuff. So just, work on improving it. And we can see that, especially just like most people, above the pupil, which is the brain area, it's a lot darker than below the pupil. So that means you might be having, like, it's starting to head into the brain, causing maybe tiredness, maybe like lack of, enthusiasm, lack of energy, depression, or anxiety, depending on like which way, it goes, right? Because it can make you more hyper and anxious, or it can make you more like sad and depressed. Um, but really anomalous behavior of the brain, where the brain is not functioning to its top performance, you know. And I have the same kind of thing too, so that's what I'm saying. I do see starting of nervous rings, like nerve rings, but they're very, very mild, so you're catching it good, unless they're covered by a layer of lymph, which I don't think they are. So just, keep an eye on it and keep going. I think you're in a good situation. So either you've already started to detox, maybe your diet was bad, but not as bad as some people, like you're not eating takeout every single day or anything like that. So anyways, just keep going with it, and keep sending me your eye pictures as you progress, so we can see, okay, this was 3 months ago, this is what it is now, let's see if there's a difference. Don't think that you're going to see improvement much quicker than that. It's because your eye is only a reflection of the rest of your body. So the rest of the body has to detox in order for us to see it in the eye. So it's actually a lot of work. It's not like we're just removing the lymph from the eye. We're removing it from the entire body, and the eye just shows it. So that was the review. If you guys want to send me your eye pictures, I'll link all of that down below. You can send it to the social media, or anyways, I'll link all of that down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.